Uh, that era includes Angel. He left, but now he has his own little setup over there in Los Angeles. We're gonna watch the first 40 minutes of that. Um, I've watched them all. I know them well. Daniel Ehrenberg over here. Over there, seen him for the first time. Logan, be a dare.
Yeah, world-renowned podcaster Logan B. Adair over here. Hey,
Nice,
everybody.
nice.
Hope you're doing well. We're recording a little early, so I'm sorry if you watch Buffy like the day we upload this episode. You're late on your questions, but Josh Merlis already sent them in. I think that's fine.
Logan's a working man now, so our schedule is all diff.
Yeah. So it'll be changing, but we'll let you know what's going on when we figure it out.
Yeah, we'll try to keep the days consistent
Yeah,
or
at least.
close. All right,
Yeah.
Logan, today we're covering season 4 premiere of Buffy. That's the freshman. And we're also covering the Angel pilot, City of, by Joss Whedon. I mean David Greenwald or whatever.
He did both of
Um,
them, right? Big night
yeah,
for Joss. He had a huge night.
yeah, he directed both of them. I know,
They
and
wrote and directed, didn't he? According to my
he
research.
co-wrote with Greenwald and directed alone.
Okay, that's cool.
Um,
Has he ranked Angel episodes or all of his favorites his own episodes?
I don't know that he has. No, he doesn't have as many of his own episodes in Angel, so he would have to include other people's.
Okay, okay.
Um, Logan,
Is he still is he still gonna direct Buffy episodes going forward?
yes,
Okay.
he's gonna be on set every day on both, but now
Wow.
he's still the guy on Buffy for another 2 seasons, and then he got a third show in the rotation, and so then it was like, Marty, you're the day-to-day guy here, and I'll be around.
Well, it's the third show.
Firefly,
Oh, okay.
not related to the Buffy universe, so
Is
we
that
won't
about a
cover
little
that.
Firefly?
It's about a spaceship called the Firefly.
Oh, that's cool.
Space show. All right. I'll tell you what. This pilot of Angel aired the last night of the WB. I remember that. It was they turned into the CW, and as a send off to all the great years of the WB, they re-aired the pilots of 4 iconic WB programs, and those programs were Buffy, Angel, Felicity, and Dawson's Creek.
Wow. That's huge.
What a night. I rewatched them all, cried. I'll miss you, WB. And I
Where did
did.
it go anywhere though? It just changed.
It
Didn't he just
merged
change?
with no, it merged with UPN, became the CW. So like different people were running it and shit.
Okay. But what did were consumers, did they even understand what was going on though? Like people
Yeah.
that Okay. Did you have to change the channel? I don't really understand, to be honest.
I don't understand what there isn't to understand here. Are
I
you
thought
just so part of the streaming era that terrestrial television makes no sense to you?
I thought what happened was the CW or the WB just turned into the CW. They just like
There was
changed
another
names.
channel. There was another channel called UPN. Okay.
Right.
And those two channels merged into one network. You know what a
Okay.
merge is, right? Imagine
Like
the
Survivor.
WB is Pagong, and UPN's Tagi. All right, they're groggy, and then they merge, become I don't remember, but you know what I mean.
Ratana, something like
Yeah,
that.
Ratana, I think that's right.
Yeah.
All right. Um, let's talk about Buffy first, though.
Right.
Okay, because they aired
Tim
Buffy at
had a
8.
great joke, guys, by the way. I texted them in our group chat. I said Buffy before Angel, and Tim said always.
Yeah,
Very good.
forever. Um, Buffy aired at 8 p.m. on Tuesdays, and Angel aired right afterwards at 9 p.m. It was a big night for me. I looked forward to Tuesdays every week. And then
Yeah.
I'd go to high school the next day. I'd talk to my friend Caroline Cavanda about what had happened on the shows.
She was your only friend that watched them?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, shout out to
uh,
Caroline.
Shout out to Caroline Command. Maybe she's listening. Who knows?
What?
Um,
Well, you would know, right?
I guess I would. I guess I would. I think she's listened to the main show. Anyway, I don't really talk to her anymore. So Logan, the
Yeah.
freshman. It aired October 5th, 1999. I was 13. It aired opposite. I'll tell you what UPN had on that night. They premiered a sitcom starring Jake Busey called Shasta McNasty.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, no one's ever heard of it. It ran one season. Halfway through the season, they changed the title to just Shasta. They were like, maybe McNasty's throwing people off.
But you'd
But
think with such a
nobody.
weird title, people would have heard of it.
I, well, I don't know. Have you ever heard of the Mullets?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a sitcom. It was about a family where they all had mullets.
Wow. How long did that last?
One season.
Who was in the family?
I don't remember.
Okay.
All right. Um, Number one song in America is "Heartbreaker" by Mariah Carey, a great song featuring Jay-Z. You know that one?
Heartbreaker, Dream Maker.
No, no. Heartbreaker, you get the best of me. Down in Sicily. Oh my. Huh?
I only really like
You
Emotions. That's the
come
only
and break
really
my
Mariah Carey
heart.
song I
Stop it.
like. Which one should I like?
Hero,
Which
fantasy,
one's that? I
always
like the
be my
Christmas
baby.
one. Oh,
The
that's a good one.
Christmas one's great. All right. The number one song in the UK though was Eiffel 65 with Blue Dabadi.
I like that one.
Yeah, and that got sampled recently, right? Because I remember sometimes I'd be listening to the radio, I'd be like, "Oh hell yeah, Eiffel 65," and then it would be something else.
Oh yeah, you're right. I
Yeah,
hate that trend that they're
I
doing
know.
now.
I know. Fallout Boy. I remember sometimes I'd be listening to the radio, I'd be like, "Oh wow, they're playing the Munsters theme. That's cool." And then it was just a fucking Fallout Boy
That's
song.
crazy. I don't even know if I know that one. There's like an
Yeah,
Elton John one. I think a few Elton John ones too that people use. I hate it.
yeah. There, you know what? There's one. You know, that they use that Imogen Heap song from the season 2 finale of the OC. What you say?
Right.
Yeah, that pissed me off too. I'm like, I just
Yeah,
want to listen to Imogen Heap. Stop
that
fucking
is a
yapping
great
over it.
song. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Logan. The
Yes.
number one movie. I don't have a lot on wrestling or music. Not big weeks. Not. And you know what? This is gonna be a smaller section going forward because we're only covering a week at a time.
That is very true. They're always going to be the same night?
For the first 2 seasons.
I don't even remember you saying that, to be honest. I looked up like the date of Buffy and then I looked up later the date of Angel and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy."
Back
But
to
okay.
back. Yeah, so not a big music week, not a big wrestling week. Uh, Although Bret Hart did beat Chris Benoit for the one of the titles. Anyway, the number one movie in America was Double Jeopardy. Saw that a few months later at a discount theater. Then number two, Three Kings. Saw that in theaters. Number
New
three,
release, Three Kings.
Yep. Number three, American Beauty. Saw that in theaters. Number four, Blue Streak with Martin Lawrence and Luke Wilson. That was sort of like, man, Rush Hour was good. Let's pop this black guy with another guy.
You didn't see that in theaters?
I saw it on video, I think. It
Oh,
was good, though. Numbers five, The Sixth Sense, and it's like ninth or 10th week.
wow.
And number six, debuting at number six, disappointingly, was Drive Me Crazy with Melissa Joan Hart and Adrian Grenier, which is a terrible movie. But the guy that wrote that movie went on to create Veronica Mars and Party Down, so I like him.
Kareem
Um,
Abdul-Jabbar, you mean?
he was just on the writing staff in season 4.
I know, I just wanted to say that.
I know. It is funny. All right, number 9, Mystery Alaska. I just want to say because I saw that in theaters too. So Russell Crowe
I
hockey
watched a
movie.
mystery in Alaska movie called Insomnia yesterday. You know what I
You
thought watching
did.
Insomnia? I was like, Angel could not survive here. There's all
Yeah, but
it's
you know what?
daytime all the
You
time.
know what Alaska movie Angel could survive in?
What? Oh, 30 days a night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
All right. That's all I got for the week, Logan. You got anything else?
Oh yeah, I like bringing up tragedies that you ignore. A lad something called Ladbroke Grove is a place in London. There a railroad crash killed 31 people. So, R.I.P.
All right, great. I mean, I only bring it up when it's like 9/11 or like the Oklahoma City bombing. 31 people, that's a drop in the water.
Uh, I don't know. Like there hasn't been a school shooting with 31 deaths, has there?
I guess not. But I mean, like 31 is not even as many times as the police shot Amadou Diallo.
How many times was that?
41 shots. I remember that because Bruce Springsteen wrote a song about it.
What a loser. That's so funny.
Yeah. All right. It was called American Skin, parentheses, 41 shots. All right. Logan,
Yeah.
maybe that should be the outro.
Yeah, I'm thinking in my head as we go. There are so many choices. My head's getting hurting.
All right, Logan, let's start talking about the freshman. Buffy season 4, episode 1. Scrotum notes.
All right. First note, Willow has a haircut, right? And I like it.
Mm,
It looks very good.
pretty short.
It is pretty short. I'm into it. Um, and another, well, I guess we'll get to it later, but all right, but it starts out there in a graveyard as we have been in every other episode of it. Has there ever been an episode where we have not been in a graveyard? Surely, but I need to make a list of the ones that were that's pretty cool.
I think every season opens in a graveyard up to this point.
Yeah, what about the one where Spike shows up? He just hits a sign.
He's not in a premiere.
What?
That's not the first. You get this mixed up all the time. The
Oh
first
yeah, the
episode of that
skeleton
season,
one.
yeah, Buffy
When she
sexy
was bad.
dance. That's episode 3.
Is that when she was bad?
Goes up. Yes,
Okay, that's a great episode. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
that's
can't
okay.
wait.
I didn't mean to yell.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. I'm not trying to like argue against you or whatever. But yeah. So we're in a graveyard. I sort of have a question about this scene. It ends where Buffy, like, she turns around and she's like, "Is that guy ever gonna get up?" And that felt like a reveal to me. Like Buffy and Willow were there, like watching that guy specifically, and it was like, why would you be chatting with your back turned to that guy, right?
Yeah, I mean that's fair. It's for the joke, I assume. But it did seem that like maybe they read an obituary that was like, oh, guy dies of like neck rupture, and they're like, all right, that's gonna be a vampire. Let's go wait. And
Why were they not watching it? Like, why were they chatting
they
with their back
got
turned?
they got so into discussing their new course schedules.
Yeah, yeah, that's what they're doing. They're talking about what classes they're going to take. I, is that how college is? You can just like go in classes when you don't even know what college. Because she's in a class later, and she's like, "Hey, is this class full?" But she's sitting in the class. Like, I feel like she's like in the course, and she's asking about if she
Oh,
wants to take the class or not. That felt
poor
weird.
sweet Logan, who
Yeah,
has never attended any higher
that's
education.
not true. I did a year of college.
You did?
I did, yeah,
Where?
at a community college near me.
In Alabama?
Yeah,
That must have been a great school.
it
Um,
was. It's not bad.
all right, all right. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
Yeah,
Um,
Jesus.
no, you can do that. If a class, if you're not sure, like if it says it's full on the website, and so you can't sign up for it electronically, you can go to like the first class and go up to the teacher and be like, I'm looking to. There's a word for it, but I
I
can't
feel like she was
remember.
just like testing it out. Be like, I'll try this class for a day and this class for a day and see if I like it. Felt weird, but I guess it happens all the time.
Well, she was late signing up for shit, so a lot of the classes she wanted were probably filled.
Right. Like that
Yeah.
teacher was mean though, by the way.
He's a dick. I'm not defending anything that guy said. That is
Yeah.
an asshole. I don't think
For
I
sure.
ever had a teacher that bad in what's it called? College.
Yeah. Well, there was the one that fucked your girlfriend. He was pretty bad.
Yeah, but you know what? He was an all right teacher.
What did he teach?
Film.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the best thing he ever taught you?
I don't. He didn't teach me much, but like that was the first time I saw Raging Bull. That was the first time I saw Living in Oblivion by Tom DiCillo.
Never, still never seen that.
Um,
You gotta give me that one week.
yeah, yeah.
You're like the Mr. Zucker to me.
Yeah. I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend. The Big Sleep. I think I saw in that class. It was a
Is
good
that better or
class.
worse than the Big Chill?
Better.
All right, yeah, you hate that one, don't you? People, is that the one people say is the best comedy? One of the best
Yeah, you
comedies?
know what? It's funny. Like Xander in this episode references the movie Grand Canyon, and that's sort of like the spiritual sequel to The Big Chill.
Okay, I didn't know that. Could we cover
Yeah.
that or no?
No, not it's spiritual.
Okay. Well, you guys covered the Paranormal Activity movies, and those are spiritual sequels.
No, very good. This is more just like it's like Everybody Wants Some is Two Days and Confused. Like they're
Oh, right.
thematically linked, they're by the same director, but it's not a sequel.
Yeah, yeah. Um, all right, so we go to college, right? Is
Um, yeah,
that the end of that scene?
I want to say that in that scene, the vampire gets away,
Right.
which
Was
is
that the
like I
vampire at the end of the episode?
no. That vampire got away from oh, maybe it was. I always thought that vampire got away from the Sunday crew, but I could be
I
wrong about that.
yeah, I didn't really know if the vampire showed back up later in the episode and I missed like a big reveal or if that was the one at the end. I was sort of
I would
confused.
have loved it if that vampire ended up killing Giles and Buffy was like, "Oh my God, I gotta take a look at the way I'm doing this."
Yeah, that would be horrible.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
but
also that scene they mentioned Professor Walsh, who ends up being a
right.
character. We meet her in this episode too.
Yes, I assume I think she's the only real professor that got a name, right? Even the
Uh,
jerk guy didn't really get a name.
yeah, I'm pretty. I think he had a name, but like Professor Walsh, like we got to like hear her intro and shit, and yeah,
Right. All right, so we go to the
and
school
we met her
campus.
TA. All right, we'll talk about him in a second though. All
Yeah,
right,
he's
we're at
cool.
campus.
Yeah. And what's going on campus is Buffy is like pretty overwhelmed. She like everyone's giving her flyers and she's like, "Oh, what do I do? What do I do?" But Willow is loving it. This is like her new chapter in Willow's life. She's like discovering herself. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Great for Willow.
and Oz also is very comfortable there because his band is played there a lot,
Yeah, he knew a guy, Paul, right? Is he going to
and
be
a
a
guy
character?
named Doug off
Oh, I remember
screen.
Doug.
He just yelled, "Hey, Doug!" But Paul, no, I believe that's his only appearance.
Oh wow, I assume this might be like laying the groundwork for this guy, but all right. So we do we go to the library? I really like this library.
Yeah,
What's that lens? Is that like a fisheye lens? What is that?
something like that.
It's really cool.
It's the UCLA library. They got to film parts of the pilot on location at UCLA. Not the pilot, I mean the premiere. And so there's some really beautiful looking locations.
So wait, but the library is going to change moving forward in other episodes?
No, but we'll be maybe just spending time in smaller areas of it. We won't be seeing that
Oh,
huge proscenium.
I understand. I understand. But
Yeah.
that was awesome. I thought that was really cool. And we meet the guy you mentioned earlier, that the Professor Walsh's assistant guy. His name's Riley.
Yeah. They drop a book on his head.
Yeah, and he's cool. And I like Buffy. She's like saying a bunch of stupid stuff, and she's like, "Oh no!" And but Willow is cool, and he later he remembers Buffy as Willow's friend, which is really great.
I know. Well, I think like it's like Riley's a hunk, Logan.
Right.
And I think meeting hunks with Willow, Buffy's used to being the one.
Hmm.
Like I'm leading this charge
Yeah,
here.
she dates Angel. Willow dates Oz.
Exactly. And so when the hunk was more interested in Willow because she knows shit about psychology and stuff, that really threw Buffy off.
Yeah, I really love the whole. I feel like they've never stepped wrong once with Buffy, right?
As a character,
Yes, in
yeah.
my opinion. I feel like everything they've ever done with Buffy is like exactly what I want them to do with
Yeah.
Buffy.
I think Joss Whedon really, really understands this character that he created.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. And so did anything else happen with Riley? Really just like Buffy acting like a big dum dum.
Yeah, we can move on.
I like him though. I like Riley. What do you think about Riley?
I like Riley too. He's gonna be a character.
Yes, I assume so. Here's another character, her Buffy's new roommate. Her name's Kathy. And all I have to say is ack.
Although I think she spells her name with a K.
Oh,
Uh,
damn.
yeah, but yeah, she puts up a great Celine Dion poster.
Yeah, she did do that. And she snores. That's really annoying for Buffy.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, and Buffy's an only child, huh? She never had to put up with anybody else.
That's right. Yeah, and yeah, we'll deal more with Kathy in next week's episode because that episode is called "Living Conditions."
Oh, that'll be very fun.
Yeah.
Um, she should have. Never mind, never mind. I was gonna make a Zoe 101 reference, but all right. So we go to class, right? Oh, this is the
Yeah.
class we were talking about, where Buffy is like, "Is this class open?" And the guy's like, "Hey, you up there? What are you saying? Stand up, leave my class!" Right?
You blonde cunt.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I did love how they the whole the scene though. It's like you can hear her talking over him, and he's like, "I'm talking, and somebody else is talking over me." And I like the way that they did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so there we go. There's that guy. We ever see that guy again? She probably doesn't
No.
take this class because he was a
No,
jerk.
she
So
she does not sign up for that class.
yeah, I assumed
She
as much.
tells Willow that it seemed dull.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so then we go to Professor Walsh's class. Do I have
Yep.
to call her Professor Walsh? That's gonna like mess my mouth up.
You can just call her
Professor, I'm gonna say
Walsh
Professor Walsh. All right, Walsh. We go to
or by her
Walsh's
first name,
class.
Maggie Walsh, I believe
Oh,
is her first name.
I
Yeah.
don't think I learned that this
No,
episode.
no, you wouldn't know that yet.
Yeah, but she anything from her? She seemed pretty strict.
Well, I like the actress who plays her, Lindsay Krause. She's like sort of a heavyweight for Buffy at this point. She's the lead in House of Games, the David Mamet film.
Really?
Yeah,
The blonde lady?
the one with short hair in that movie.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's just this is 15 years later.
Wait, what?
Well, I don't know what you're asking me here.
I'm looking her up to see if that's so cool. I obviously didn't know that.
Yeah.
But so that's exciting. That's a cool movie. Better con movie than Focus, which I also watched this week, I would
Oh,
say.
that's a con. I didn't even know that was a con movie.
Yeah, they pull cons. It's pretty
Wow.
fun sometimes. You should watch it. But anyway, so that we move on, we can we meet another character?
We can meet whoever you want. Yeah, where we go next?
All right. Well, I would like to meet Angelina Jolie. Is she in the show?
Unfortunately, no.
All right. Well, I'll settle for Pedro Pascal. How about that?
How about that? I was wondering if you'd even recognize this guy.
I absolutely recognized him. And I actually saw a few months ago, he did an interview. Someone was like, Sarah Michelle Gellar recently talked about how she did an episode with you of this show. So I knew he was coming up because I saw somebody like in
Okay.
an interview ask him a question, but I did not remember that it was this episode, even though they might have said in the freshman. I don't know. But when he popped up immediately, I recognized him. He looks so young, so thin. Not that he's overweight now or anything, but he looks just so young, right? It was crazy.
Yeah, well, it's amazing like how long that guy was trying to be an actor before he got famous.
I looked him up. He's like my age in this show. He's like 24 years old, 25 years
Yeah,
old.
he's probably fucking in his 40s now. Um,
Yeah, I would say
I
so.
what is he doesn't even have he's not even credited as Pedro Pascal.
Really?
It's Pedro something else.
What is
Vale
it?
something. I'll look it up right now. Sorry. Should have written
Damn,
that
I was
down.
gonna try to reference that baseball player who threw out all the all-stars, but I couldn't remember his name.
Oh,
Pedro, what was that guy's name? Pedro Almodovar or something like that.
that's a Pedro
Nice.
Martinez. I think it's Pedro
Pedro
Martinez you're thinking
Martinez.
of.
Yeah, you're right. Who am I thinking
Yeah,
of?
Pedro Almodovar. He's the guy that directed like Talk to Her
Oh
and
my God, what's wrong?
All About My Mother, Women on the Verge of a
Why do I even
Nursery.
know who that person is?
He's a great filmmaker.
Yeah.
Um, Pedro Pascal, by the way, his full name is Jose Pedro Balmaceda Pascal. And so he's credited in this as Pedro Balmaceda.
Wow.
And then I
I didn't
guess he
notice
was
that.
like, let's make it easier on people. We'll go with Pascal.
Well, that was last anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why he was sticking with Balmaceda. Maybe it's just the parent he prefers.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not sure. But I enjoyed him. I honestly thought he had like some real star quality to him. I'm surprised it took him so long to get going. I thought it was really
Yeah,
good.
I mean, look, his job in this episode is to create empathy for him. You're supposed to like meet him for one scene, and then he dies, and you're supposed to feel bad about it, and you do. And
Yeah.
not just because he's Pedro Pascal now, like I always did.
Yeah. No, 100%. And also it's like it's Buffy's like one connection she sort of made on campus. It's sort of they make it easy for us. But I think he does a really good job. I was pretty impressed by him. So shout out to you.
Great to see Pedro.
And by the way, we get a Mr. Pointy reference in this scene. Want to bring that
Yes.
up. Shout out to Kendra.
Yep.
Um,
And Joss Whedon also gets to make a bondage joke.
right, he loves that. And so these vampires, the ones that kill what's his name? Pedro Pascal? Eddie.
Eddie.
The ones that kill him, they're unlike any other vampires we've seen because they're thieves also, which was pretty fun, right? They
Yeah.
steal a bunch of stuff. They steal from Buffy at one point when she's not even dead, which was kind of mean. I didn't think that was very cool.
Yeah, they left like a fucking suicide note on Buffy's bed.
Yeah, she comes back and saw her own suicide note.
Yeah, great. Horrible.
But so they take Eddie. We meet Sunday, which I'll be honest, I was like, all right, Sunday, the new villain of the season. That was my thought.
We all
Even like,
thought that. I think it's designed to make you think that.
yeah, of course it is. And she is good. I really enjoyed her. Like even up until her death, I was like even like toward the getting to the final part of the episode, I was like, they're not gonna kill her. She's just gonna get away. And then no, she fucking died. It was really cool.
Yeah, Whedon said like he went back and forth on killing her and not killing her, and he ultimately regretted killing her
Wow.
because he had ideas for this character, and I don't know, maybe she
Wanted
rejected
to
his
get the actress
advances.
back on set.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe she rejected his advances, but he said that the original idea for Sunday was that she was going to be a slayer that was turned into a vampire.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Um, the actress is Catherine Town, who's a one of our finest nepo babies. Her
Carl Anthony
dad,
Towns.
no,
It's
her
basketball
dad is Robert Town, the guy that
player. Oh.
wrote Chinatown. And also at
Was he
this
like
point,
China? Was he thinking like China City? But then he was like, no, China. I'm gonna name it after myself, Chinatown. That'll be good. I'll trick them all.
yeah, yeah, the studio was like, we're gonna need to drop the E from the end of your title, and he's like, God damn it.
Oh, it's like that.
Uh, yeah, yeah. And her husband at this point in time when she was on Buffy was the great Charlie Hunnam.
Wow, he is great.
Yeah,
um, what is he? Sons of Anarchy? Charlie
he's
Hunnam.
yeah, and also famous for being cast in 50 Shades of Grey and then deciding he didn't want to do
Wow, you think he would have? I mean, it's hard to say he would have been worse, right?
it. He couldn't have been any worse.
Yeah, I don't think so, but that's pretty cool. What's he done since? Do you think that was a mistake? Not doing
I don't
the
know. He's around, right? I loved
I don't
him
know.
from he was on this show called Undeclared. That was like
That was 20 years ago.
I'm just saying, like that's what I first became familiar with him in.
Okay.
But
Alright.
let's see what he's doing.
The Hun Dog.
Looks like he's on an Apple Plus show I've never heard of.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
Well, he's getting paid.
Oh,
to
and he
act.
was in that the fucking Guy Ritchie movie, The Gentleman. Remember that?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, and he
Sorry.
starred in The Lost City of Z. That was kind of a big movie. Oh, and
Hmm.
Pacific Rim. He's had a career.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
He was in the second one. Did he die in the first one?
Uh I don't I think he didn't die, but then he didn't come back anyway.
Huh.
He's
Okay.
big on just deciding not to do shit he's committed himself to. Sort of like when he dumped Catherine Town around 2002. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to her. Did he give his a reasoning for dumping her? Or he's
Um,
just tired of her?
I'm getting some buzz at this point, and I'd like to be single.
Damn. Yeah. All right, fair enough. So what happened? Oh, it's revealed that they turned Eddie into a vampire at one point, and that
Yep.
was sad. I did get sad. But we see Giles. Buffy goes to Giles. She goes and she's like, "Hey, Giles." Well, she goes to ask for help because of Eddie. Does she find Eddie? I don't know why exactly she goes to ask for help, but she goes to ask for help. Oh, she
She's just
I actually don't
overwhelmed.
remember.
She's looking for some goddamn. She's looking anywhere she can for just like somebody to set her right. Like
Yeah.
she feels like she's got no footing. All her friends are fitting in really well at college. Xander still hasn't popped up yet. She doesn't really want to go home to her mom's house yet. It's been like 2 days, and so she sees what Giles is up to.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Buffy and Oz develop a friendship. I feel like we don't really see that much. I want to see them
Yeah,
like have a real heart to heart chat.
I would love that.
That would be really nice. So we'll see about that. But so she goes to Giles, and who does she find but a lady in her underwear named
Yeah,
Olivia?
sexy black lady with no pants on.
Yeah, and the little dress button up shirt on.
Probably one of
Um,
Giles's.
I have to assume so. And I liked Olivia. Thought she was cool. Is this a
Yeah.
serious relationship? Is she gonna come back, or is a one?
Sh-
Is I mean,
No,
they know each other. Should they say right?
yeah, she was like, I was in town, had to look up old Rippa.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
yeah, but she'll be around.
Okay, very cool. I liked her. I liked her. And
Yeah, and
Buffy at one point.
they're listening to an awesome David Bowie song too.
Oh, the kid. Never mind. I don't know what that song's called. The So oh, Buffy at one point calls him Hugh Hefner, which I chuckled at. Thought that
Yeah,
was funny.
because he's wearing a robe.
Yeah, exactly. And also, he's old. He's an old man.
Yeah,
He's not that old,
I
but
love that when Giles says, I can't have a personal life," and then Buffy just goes, "No, because you're old and it's very very gross."
yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar is so good.
I know.
Um, she's really really good. The All right, and then he basically tells her like, you can do it yourself, right? You can figure it out.
Yeah, you're
And
strong.
then so this is where Buffy goes I think what happened was she found Eddie's note. I don't remember what happened. But she goes to Sunday and she finds Eddie as a vampire. Oh no, what happened is she saw Eddie walking and she's like, "Oh, there's my friend Eddie." And then she realized he was a vampire. And then
Right.
it was like a trap that they set for her, right?
Yeah.
And so they surround her and they're like, "Hey, I'm Sunday and these are all my friends. Do we learn any of their friends?" At one point she calls a girl fat. I don't remember their names.
I that line is it's mean, but it's maybe my favorite line in the entire episode.
It is very funny. She's like, "Does this make me look fat?" And she's like, "The fact that you're fat makes you look fat."
That just makes you look purple.
Yeah, very, very funny. I really like Sunday. It makes me.
Me
I
too.
understand why he was
She
like
might
so
be my
conflicted.
MVP
I can't do it because Buffy
because
exists,
Buffy exists. Yeah.
but otherwise, it's a good choice. But and then what happens here is they get into a little fight, and well, you think did so she? I thought she broke her arm, but then later Buffy was faking it. I don't know.
No, no, no. She says my arm is hurt, not broken.
Okay. But here, like, I thought I heard a break, and she, like, when she's running, she's holding her arm as if it's broken, and
Ah,
she's doing a
Buffy
good acting
heals
job.
fast.
Yeah, that's what I sort of thought that it was.
Yeah.
You just have to chalk it up to that. So Buffy goes home, right? And
Yeah.
she's Joyce. Pretty nice to see Joyce, I guess. And what did Joyce do? She put a bunch of her like I don't really understand what she does. She collects art, or she has like a museum.
Yeah, I think she curates a museum.
Okay, so she has a bunch of art
Yeah, I don't know why
at
this
the
stuff wouldn't
house.
just be sent to the museum to be kept in storage. She's
Yeah.
keeping it at her own home.
Yeah, I'm really confused by her job. But she has a bunch of art in crates and they're all in Buffy's room. So Buffy comes home and she's like, "Hey, these are all in my room." But I thought
I
Joyce
don't
was
belong anywhere.
I thought Joyce was in the right here. Joyce was like, "Yeah, it'll just be a few days. I didn't even know you were coming by." I thought Joyce was fine, but Buffy seemed to make a big deal about it. I don't know. You have any thoughts on that?
I can see Buffy's point.
All right, all right. But does Buffy like? Does she come by on the weekends? What's her living
I
situation?
think that the plan was she's going away to school ostensibly, so she's gonna stay there for like a few weeks and then she'll come visit Joyce. But she's having such a bad time on like day 2 or whatever that she fucking.
So she can't be mad at Joyce for having stuff from her work in Buffy's room for a couple
It's just
days.
frustrating. Buffy feels very isolated at this
And
point.
even her own
Giles
mom
is
seemed to like shut
fucking a
her out.
lady. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I understand. So we go back to the bronze, which was
Wait,
very
how about
cool.
I got something to say in the scene at home.
Okay.
The phone rings, Logan.
Right.
Buffy answers it. Nobody's there.
Okay.
Okay. Then at the end of episode 1
Oh
of
my God.
Angel makes a little phone call and then hangs up before he says hello.
Wait a second. So wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah. Little crossover moment.
That's awesome. So they're on the line at the same time for a couple of seconds there.
Yeah.
All right, because you hear her, don't you? In the next time she says hello, you hear her, like you hear her
Yep.
answer the phone. God damn. Is it the same? Is it the same audio, you think? The same take?
I probably, yeah.
That fucking rules. I love that. That's awesome. That's a great fact. Probably my favorite fact you've ever had so far. I don't know.
Great.
That was cool. All right, but we go to the bronze now, right?
Sure.
All right, so we go to the bronze, and I thought for a second that it might just be a different bar. I didn't know if she was still in like near her mom's home or not, but she was. It's the bronze, and who does she? Well, she thinks she sees Angel for a second, right? And then she's like,
Yep.
"Oh, it's not. Is she drunk or is she just hallucinating?"
She's just dumb.
Yeah,
Hey, there's a band playing.
yeah. Who is it?
It's called Splendid, and we actually saw the lead singer of this band perform solo at the Bronze at one point earlier on in the series, maybe season 2 even. And now here they are as a full band. And then in season 7, Joss Whedon co-writes a song with them. And
Wow,
yeah, and it's
Anthony C.
performed.
Ferrante style.
Yeah.
He didn't perform it though, right?
No, Joss Whedon did not. Wouldn't that be funny if just Joss Whedon got out at the Bronze and
He
started
just
singing?
moans into the mic. But she runs into Xander, and this was awesome. I think Xander's still looking great, by the way. I remember Tim came on one episode. He's like, "This is the thinnest Xander will ever be. He's gonna get fat so soon." And I feel like he still looks
It's
great.
late. It's late. It's
Yeah,
yeah, he
but
looks
I feel
good
like
right
he
now.
looks great. And he reveals to us that he tried to drive, but then his car fell apart, and he got a job at a was it a male strip club? He said.
Yeah, the Fabulous Ladies nightclub.
Yeah, and he was a dishwasher at a male strip club, and apparently he had to
And
do some crazy things that he doesn't want to talk about.
yeah, nobody talked to him until one night a male stripper called in sick. And then he's not gonna say the rest of the story. Yeah.
Yeah, he. All right, what do you think happened?
He stripped.
Yeah, I think he stripped, and I think he was good, and I think he became a stripper for a little while.
Yeah, I think it was probably like Eddie Furlong in the movie Detroit Rock City.
I never saw that movie,
Mm.
but that's what happens with him.
The listeners know what I'm talking about.
Edward Furlong is a stripper?
He like strips to get Kiss concert tickets.
Wow. What about in Bad Grandpa when he visits the male strip club? That's a great scene.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Johnny Knoxville goes to the and his balls are all hanging out.
Oh yes, yes, I do remember that now.
It's a great movie. I think that I ranked that as my favorite Jackass movie. Had a lot of heart to it. I enjoyed that. But Xander says something cool here that I want to bring up because of Joss's future. You know what I'm gonna say?
Yep, I do know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
Xander says, but well, Buffy's like, there's like crazy stuff, but everybody's doing their own stuff. And Xander's like, well, get it the team, get Avengers Assemble, get it the team back together.
Yeah.
And later, if you don't know, Joss directed The Avengers and the second one, The Avengers Age of Ultron. And then they were like,
That's
this is
right.
bad. You don't get to do anymore. So he did Justice League.
That's not really what happened, but
What
we
do you
can go
mean?
with
That's
it.
exactly what happened.
No, what
Did he get canceled? Is that what happened in the between then?
Yeah, I think he was gonna direct more Avengers movies and he got canceled is the thing.
Mm.
But he didn't do the Justice League because Marvel like shunned him. It was just sort of like the Zack Snyder thing happened. His like wife died, and DC like offered him an exorbitant amount of money to just come on and fix their movie.
I thought I thought that's what happened. I thought DC got the people that Marvel shunned, like
No,
what they
that
did with
only
James
that
Gunn.
only happened with James Gunn.
I
Yeah.
thought they did that again because of the Whedon thing.
No, not quite.
But I thought that was cool. He said Avengers Assemble. Very cool.
Yeah.
And do they even say that in his Avengers movie? I kind of think
Yep.
oh, they do say that.
Yeah, that's the catchphrase. You got to say that.
Okay. I remembered it being a big moment in Avengers Endgame though when he said that. Why was it such a big
Yeah,
deal
it's
if they
it's
said it
all it's
early
a
on?
it's a big moment because it's a callback. That's what Captain America says anytime the Avengers go into battle. It's like how Fantastic Four, the Thing says it's clobbering time.
Yeah. He should have said when he grabbed the hammer, he should have said, "That's America's ass." Right? That's the thing he said. That's another callback that he could have made. Or he should have said, "I could do this all day." That's another great Captain America callback.
There's a
Anyway,
comic book. There's a comic book from around the time of 9/11 where Captain America uh points at his the A on his head and he goes, "What the hell do you think this stands for? France,
what did it stand for?
America."
Well, I thought you said F.
No, A. What?
Well, I think I thought that because you said France. I was confused.
Uh, all right.
I'm so stupid, Daniel. I'm so sorry. But he also quotes Yoda. Did you like that?
Yeah, it was even funnier at the time because Phantom Menace had just come out, and so it was like they were ripping on that.
Is that a Phantom Menace quote?
Yeah, I think that's from Phantom Menace. I
Yeah,
think
I
he's
think that might be
trying to
right.
say something from Phantom Menace and failing.
He's feeling it's so new in his brain, he can't remember
Yeah,
it yet. And then he says another thing which I thought was good. He's like, I always think, what would Buffy do? And I also think, what is Buffy wearing? But that doesn't matter.
yeah.
Oh man, Xander. The I'm fully committed to if they want to try a little thing with Buffy and Xander. I don't
Wow.
care. I'm fully open to
Okay.
it. But so reconnaissance renaissance, they do that thing. Do you like that?
That's all right. Yeah.
They so basically they go to Sunday's place, right? Her little lair with all of her friends, and they're up on the roof. And Xander goes, I forgot where he goes to go, but he goes to get help or goes to do something. And Buffy, I thought was very cool, falls right through the ceiling, right through the glass
Yeah.
ceiling.
Mid sentence, talking to herself.
Yeah, it reminded me of the Master, right? The Master falls through the
Oh
big glass
yeah,
ceiling
that's
in the
true.
library,
Yeah,
but he lands
she's
on a
lucky there wasn't
table.
some kind of gigantic spike down there.
Yeah, very, very lucky. What'd she land on? Just the ground?
Yeah, just the ground.
All right. And she stands up and she's like, I thought I just drop by or something like that. She
Yeah.
makes a good joke. And what oh Xander, we go to Xander. Xander goes to the where does he go? I was gonna say the library. I'm so used to saying the library, but they didn't go to the library. Where did he go? He
I
goes
think to
to
get
his crew.
Willow and
Oh, I think
Oz.
he goes to her dorm, and they're all in her
Right.
dorm, right? And
Yeah.
so I thought very fun moment, very funny moment here where he's like, "Do we hug? Oz? What's going on here?" And they're like, I think we're too manly to hug."
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. And so they all go to help Buffy, right? And this was very sad, very sad. A few moments made me very sad. This episode, there was the death of Eddie, and this moment. I was
I
thinking
know
about
what
another one.
you're about to say.
Yeah. Well, did it make you sad? Sunday steps on and breaks the little umbrella that she got, the class
Yeah.
protector umbrella from prom. So sad.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's what that song Heartbreaker by Mariah Carey is about. that
Yeah,
moment in this
now it
Buffy
is.
episode.
And
Yeah.
now that's what I'll think about. But that was horrible. Horrible. I'm so glad she died, actually. You got to kill Sunday after that. I think that was actually a good choice.
We got some great vampire death reactions, which you know I'm a fan of.
Yes, yes. I liked that one guy who was like a sort of like a dummy.
Yeah. He goes, whoa.
Yeah, he was like a little like a surfer dummy guy.
Yeah. Sort of like Matt Riddle if he was a vampire. Um,
He was
and
good. I feel
and
like I've
and
seen him before. I can look him up, I guess. He's dead, right?
yeah, I looked him up. I didn't really know him from anything. And
Okay.
Sunday puts her hands on her hips, like, what?
Yeah. Did
I
the
like
fat one
that.
die?
Yeah, yeah, they're all dead.
Fatty McFat
Yeah, I
girl.
think one of them gets away, and he's the
Oh.
one
Oh
that's
yeah.
captured by
Oh,
the commandos at the end.
so who the hell was the guy at the beginning? You're right. That guy escaped and he was the one.
He just got away, man. Got the fuck out of town.
That guy's gonna come back. That guy has got to come back at some point.
I don't
I
believe
can't.
so.
That's crazy then. Maybe he died randomly at another point. We missed it. I don't know. But yeah, they big fight and Sunday died. And I was shocked. I really was. But Giles shows up. And by the way, Xander said earlier that he showed up one day and he was like, well, I could have said hey to you guys, but I didn't want to help you move. And then now he's having to help Buffy move because of they stole all of her stuff, which I
Yeah.
thought was a
Although they're
good.
making Willow carry all the fucking boxes.
Oh, really? She had everything?
Well, they wanted to do the joke where Willow's like, Giles, could you grab a box? And like you can't even see her because there's
Right.
a bunch of boxes. But I'm just thinking like, hey, she's got more than Oz. Oz, help out, bro.
I didn't notice that. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That is crazy, honestly. But so yeah, Giles shows up and he's like, Buffy, I'm gonna help you. I've had a change of heart. And then they're like, oh, we did it. You now you have to just carry boxes. He's like, oh god damn it. And then who are these people? Show up with guns. Are they military? Are they SWAT? Are they cops? What's going
Well,
on?
that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be continued.
Yeah, to be continued. It's gonna be crazy watching one episode a week, honestly. I liked
Like
it
I
though.
did.
I yeah, that's true. That's true. But you're gonna have to do it all over again. You think you're gonna hate it also?
It's fun that we're doing Angel though. So
Yeah, I really liked it, honestly, doing the one on one.
yeah.
But all right, the what do you give it? A 4?
Yeah, I think it's a 4. It's a
Yeah,
solid 4. I think it's not as good a premiere as When She Was Bad, but it's better
better
than
than Anne.
Anne. Yeah,
But Anne
so
was good. I really liked Anne.
no, me too, but I do think this is a better episode. I think I really like the stuff with Xander. I think Sunday's a really strong villain. I think they handled Buffy well. They introduced the world of UC Sunnydale well, meeting new characters that matter, like Walsh and Riley and Olivia and whatever. And yeah, I mean, and Kathy. Yeah, good, just nice intro.
Cat. I feel like Kathy we didn't really get much from, except she
Right.
snores.
It's more next week.
Yeah, but I feel like yeah, Riley. I like Walsh. I feel like I understand like sort of what they're going for with like one scene. The Eddie I really liked.
Yeah, Pedro fucking Pascal's in this episode.
Yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, I'll go 4 stars. My MVP is going to be Buffy, but I really like your choice also of Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to stick with Sunday.
Yeah, I'll stick with Sunday, but also I think shout out to Xander. He's
Yeah,
really fun in this episode.
yeah,
Um,
I really love Xander.
yeah, even though in his Josh who wrote in on your
I
little
haven't read it yet.
post,
Yeah.
he talked shit about Xander in this episode. We'll get to
Wow. Holy
it.
shit.
Yeah, and who's your LVP?
I wrote down Joyce for being mean, but I guess she didn't really know. And I wrote down Paul.
That guy from that one scene?
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody else I liked more.
I'm gonna go with that dick who made Buffy feel bad.
Oh, of course, the teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it has to be that guy. Of course, I forgot about him. Yeah, it's that teacher. Does he have a name? Mr. Jerkface.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, fuck you, Jerkface.
Pronounced jerk face.
Yeah. All right. This is where I ranked it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I ranked it. We have covered 57 episodes, and I ranked it 23rd. So above the halfway point by a little bit. So pretty good. I ranked it between Surprise and Band Candy. What do you think about that?
I feel good about that actually. I do. I think it's not as good as Surprise, and it's better than Band Candy.
Yeah. All right. So we should
Um.
start at Surprise for you.
Sure. Go down from Surprise.
All right. Surprise. You have it at 21 and I have it at 22. So very, very cool. Surprise. Ted. I only have eyes. This is better than Ted. Come on. Right. Because I think it's better like between
I
Surprise.
like that.
All right. Surprise, Ted. I only have eyes for you. Band Candy. Very close
There, but
together.
I'll put it right ahead of Band Candy.
Wow. Very cool. Yeah, I thought this was a very, very solid. I don't know. I can't recall the oh, it's better than the first. I would rank the premieres 2, 4, 3, 1.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know if that's accurate
I
to
like
my
the
actual
pilot
ranking.
more than you, but if 2-4-3-1 feels about right.
Okay. Um,
Maybe 2-4-1-3.
okay, yeah, we don't yeah, that's fine. All right.
Okay.
I liked Anne. I thought that was a good episode. The more I thought about it, the more I liked it.
It's got some great moments.